The princess kissed the frog. He turned into a prince, and they both lived happily ever after.
Well, let's just say they lived sort of happily for a long time. Okay, so they weren't so happy. In fact, they were miserable.
Nagged the princess. Whined the prince.
Said the princess.
The prince didn't feel like going out and slaying anything. He just felt like running away. But then he reread his book, and it said right there at the end, they lived happily ever after. The end. So he stayed in the castle and drove the princess crazy.
Then one day, the princess threw a perfectly awful fit.
First you keep me up all night with your horrible broken snort. Now I find a lily side of your pocket. Sometimes I think the bugs are better off than the smoke.
That's when the idea hit him, the prince thought.
Yes, that's it.
And he ran off into the forest looking for a witch that can turn him back into a frog.
Say, you're not looking for a princess to kiss, are you?
Asked the witch.
Are you sure you're not looking for a beautiful princess to kiss away up? That's funny. You don't look like a god. Well, no matter. If you're a prince, then you're a prince. And off to cast a nasty spell. I can't have any princes waking up sleeping beauty before the 100 years.
The prince didn't stick around to see which nasty spell the witch had in mind. He ran deeper into the forest until he came to a tiny cottage where he saw a witch, another lady who might help him.
Said the
Croaked the witch. The prince, who knew his fairy tales and knew a poison apple when he saw one, didn't even stay to say no thank you. He turned and ran off. He turned and ran off into the forest. Came to a strange-looking house with a witch outside. Said the witch.
said the prince in one long breath. The witch eyed the prince and licked her rather plump lips.
The prince stepped on the slightly gummy steps. Something about this house seemed very familiar. He broke off a corner of a windowsill and tasted it. Gingerbread.
The prince, who, as we said before, knew his fairy tales, turned and ran deeper into the forest as fast as he could. Soon he was completely lost.
He saw someone standing next to a tree. The prince walked up to her, hoping she wasn't a witch, for he quite had his fill of witches.
Said the fairy godmother.
Said the prince, getting a little annoyed.
And with that, the fairy godmother waved her magic wand and turned the prince into a beautiful carriage. The prince couldn't believe his rotten luck. The sun went down, the forest got spooky, and the prince became more and more frightened.
The prince thought these terrible, frightening kinds of thoughts, and a few were too awful to tell, until far away in the village, the clock struck midnight. The carriage instantly turned back into its former prince self, and he ran by the light of the moon until he was safe inside his own castle.
Where have you been? I've been boarding sick. You're 7 hours late. Your dinner's cold and your clothes are a mess.
The prince looked at the princess who actually believed him when no one else in the world had. The princess who actually kissed five lips. The princess who loved him. The prince kissed the princess.
They both turned to frogs.
And they hopped off happily ever after.
The end.